multiple times. All right, so I'm recording. I'm going to go through an example of Rally Coach number 7. Let's see. So someone just asked, can I, yeah, we are going to divide them, but you have to show your work, right? So givens, we read the problem and it says 15 kilometers, that's your distance. You gave us 3 hours, which is time, right? So what's unknown? What are they asking for? They're asking for the speed. So we don't know what speed is. So every problem is going to have these 3 variables: distance, time, and velocity. So keep an eye out for those and try to figure out which one we want to solve for. So they're asking for velocity. So on the notes that I have posted under the notes section, we have 3 formulas. We have one for velocity, one for time, and then one for distance. And so we're looking for velocity. So the equation we're going to use is velocity equals distance divided by time. Then we're going to substitute. So we're going to plug in our numbers. You got 55. I don't know. Let me check. $300 divided by, for number 1. What is the average speed? Distance divided by time. Yes. And what are your, yeah, if you put the numbers in. So someone's asking me, what do they have to show? You have to show your division and you have to show the units too. So yeah, that works. Distance divided by time. So here we're going to substitute in the distance is 15 kilometers and time is 3 hours. And so here you can see nothing cancels, but we can reduce the 15 divided by 3, right? So we're going to solve. 15 divided by 3 is 5 kilometers per hour. And so always put a box around your answer. Yeah, and make sure you have a number, right? Every answer should have a number and a unit. We need both, numbers and units. Let's see. Foreign language. Jeremy's a little confused, but so it's a way to go step by step, right? So when you read the problem, and then you find out what's given to you, so that there's givens and there's unknowns, and givens are the numbers that are given to you. Unknown is like what we want to solve for. And so they gave us 15 kilometers and they gave us 3 hours, right? So that's what the 2 things we have, distance and time. Then they ask, calculate the average speed. Okay, so then speed is unknown. That's what they want us to do. You find an equation for velocity, right? Distance divided by time. Then we just substitute in those numbers. Distance is on top. So we have to know which one is distance, right? So you have to pay attention to the units. So distance is on top, divided by time, and it comes down to 15 divided by 3 is 5, right? And then the units don't cancel. So you bring them down to kilometers per hour. So every velocity, every speed is going to have a distance divided by time. So it could be miles per hour, it could be meters per second, kilometers per hour, feet per millisecond. It just depends what you're measuring. But good questions. We'll do 2 more examples. So once you have, so this is showing your work. So this is a perfect showing your work example. So here you can take a snapshot. You right click and say copy image. And then you could come to your paper after you make a copy. This is what, third period? I just did number 7. All right, so that was number 7. Any other questions on number 7? Okay, so we did one for velocity. Let's look for one where we solve for distance or something. I'll write that down. So it's 5 kilometers per hour. I want to do 18, number 18. All right, so there's a setup. Let's see. All right, airplane flies at a speed of 260 miles per hour. If it flies for 4 hours, what is the distance covered by the plane? All right, so one of the things I really enjoyed about physics was that you have to draw pictures for a lot of problems. Sometimes you can't even solve the problem without drawing a picture. So, and these problems, they're very simple, but it's nice to have a visual. All right, so I'm going to have a plane here. Let's see. All right, there's my plane. And we have the velocity. He's flying at a speed of 260 miles per hour. So in 4 hours, they want to know, how far does he go? What's his distance? All right, so again, what are the givens? So remember, let's spell guess every time. Givens, they gave us a velocity this time, 260 miles per hour. So you know it's a velocity because you see the unit is miles per hour. So whenever you see a distance divided by time, that means it's a speed. It also tells you speed, right? So it flies for 4 hours. So that's another thing they gave us. And they want to know, what is the distance covered? So that's the unknown. They want to know, what is distance? So do we have an equation for that? Well, we go back to the notes, and it's up there. Distance right there. Velocity times time. So the equation I'm going to use is distance equals velocity times time. So then for substitute, what's my velocity? 260 miles per hour times the time, which is 4 hours. So then we're going to solve it. All right, so it's guess. givens, unknowns, equation, substitute, solve. That's probably going to be a quiz question. All right, so here you can see when we multiply these things, we have hours divided by hours. So those will cancel, right? The hours cancel. So all we have left is miles, and that's exactly what we want. We want a distance. We want to know how far this guy went. So 260 times 4 is what? 1,020 times 4. 1,040. Oops. See, D equals 1,040 miles. All right, so does this one make sense? All the steps make sense? Givens, unknown. What are we looking for? Looking for distance. Plug in your numbers, right? The substitution. We substitute numbers for the variables. And then we simplify and multiply. 260 times 4 is 1,040 miles. And again, make sure you have a number and a unit. And the units come from what's given. Any other questions on this one? All right, I'll take a snapshot. This was number 18. Yeah, I got 1,040 miles. Copy image. All right. All right, we're gonna do one more. Let's see, I'm gonna find one with solving for time. I just did 14. How much time? Let's do number 15. How much time does it take a bird flying at a speed of 45 kilometers per hour to travel 1,800 kilometers? Okay, so this is an interesting problem. How much time does it take a bird flying at a speed of 45 kilometers per hour to travel 1,800 kilometers? Okay, so this one, we have a bird of some type. Oh, big wings. So you have this bird, and he's flying at a speed of 45 kilometers per hour. And we know how far he's going to go because we have a distance there. So we know he's going to go 1,800 kilometers. But we want to know how long does it take him, right? So what are the givens? We know his speed is 45 kilometers per hour. We know the distance is 1,800 kilometers. What do they want to know? What's the unknown? They want to know how much time. So again, our formula comes from the notes. Let's see, we're solving for time. Time is distance divided by velocity. So time. This is our equation. So time is equal to distance divided by velocity. So we're going to substitute now. So time is equal to the distance. We know he's going to travel 1,800 kilometers at a speed of 45 kilometers per hour. So you can see right here, the kilometers are going to cancel. All we're going to have left is hours. So then you do your, put your calculator, do 1,800 divided by 45, and we get 40 hours. So this poor bird is going to have to fly 40 hours. Probably take some breaks, right? Snapshot, image. And that's it. That's the three formulas you need for this work. Stop.